Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate your time and your viewership. It means a lot. Today I'm joined by my friend Carlos.
Hello.
And we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Zara, and this one is called Zara Extreme 5.0. So make sure to stay tuned. So before we begin our fragrance review of Zara Extreme 5.0 and we tell you all about it, what we get in terms of the smell, the note breakdown, any possible comparisons, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxing, special guests, pretty much anything having to do with fragrances, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. So I know I mentioned this story in my previous Zara video, depending on which one I published first, but I recently went to Zara and I had a bit of a haul, if you will. I bought 6 fragrances, 5 for me, 1 for my wife, which I think was Twilight Mauve. And she likes the original mauve, so she wanted to check that one out. I don't believe she's opened it yet, but this is one of the ones marketed for men, and this is part of the Extreme line. So they have a classic line, they have a sport line, and last year in 2020, they came out with the Extreme line. And so this one contains apple, geranium, leather, patchouli, and amber. Incredibly inexpensive, $19.90. And sometimes you can even find it cheaper than that if they are running some sort of a promotion. But being as though you are today's guest of honor, again, what do you get in terms of the smell from this one? So again, it's apple, geranium, leather, patchouli, and amber. That's the official note breakdown.
It's a little tart, so definitely getting apple. It's pretty interesting. Nothing is really screaming out at me note-wise, but it smells like something that would be really nice on skin. It's a little on the complex side as opposed to the other Zara that we did, which was just kind of fresh. This is pretty nice, and it's masculine. It's definitely masculine. Yeah, I like.
Yeah. So we just finished reviewing Extreme 6.0. This is 5.0, its predecessor. And 6.0 to me smells a little bit like a sweeter version of Prada L'Homme. And so Prada L'Homme wasn't really a favorite of mine. I didn't like the way the iris is utilized in there too much. So I definitely prefer this one too. I can see this being a little bit more complex, and I definitely get that sort of spicy apple-like sweetness in the opening and something ambery underneath. In terms of the geranium, I know geranium has a bit of like a rosy and minty personality. I don't get a lot of that going on in here, but I definitely do get kind of like a fruity sweetness from this one, leaning just a little bit spicy, but not overly so.
Right.
Do you get a lot of patchouli from this one?
No.
Yeah.
But it's there. I think that's what is making it so masculine smelling.
Yeah. I mean, there is definitely something masculine leaning. I know it says leather. There's no such thing as a leather note. You can't distill the essence from leather. It is an accord. And so I'm just thinking to myself, are there some ingredients in here, perhaps saffron or saffronol or any other ingredient that could possibly be contributing to that leather accord? And I just feel like the apple is really dominating in this one. There is something smooth underneath though, and so I can see what they're trying to pass off as a leather accord. I definitely pick up on it, but it's just not one of the leathers that we're used to. I think we've been spoiled with Tuscan leather, right?
Yes, of course.
But in terms of occasions and seasons, I think this one is a little bit better than the last one. So the last one, which was 6.0, I said I would probably only wear in the hotter weather as opposed to this one. I think this one is more all year round, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What about occasions?
That could be worn to the office. It's not so overpowering. I think this can be worn to work. It's not overpowering or anything. And I would definitely wear that to work.
Yeah, I think I would too, just because it's generally mass appealing. And so I don't see anybody getting offended by the way that this one smells. Also, in terms of the performance or lack thereof from a lot of Zara fragrances, I feel like this one is probably going to, be quite loud in the first half hour or so, and then it'll very quickly sit closer to the skin. Longevity on this one on my skin was about 5 hours, which is not great, but it's not poor either. It's kind of middle of the road, especially given the concentration. Yeah, so, and that has been my experience generally speaking with a lot of Zara fragrances. But if you are looking for something that's a little bit on the sweeter side, that combination of fruity apple and leather with a little bit of spice, I think you might really enjoy 5.0. Now, I haven't really been able to do a comparison between the classic version of 5.0 and this one. If that's something that you are interested in me doing, let me know. I just know that it's becoming harder and harder to find Zara fragrances from years past, because it seems like every few months they'll discontinue a fragrance, and oftentimes they just repackage it into something new. But it's kind of hard to keep track. But in any case, this one is still around. It is on the website. So if you are interested in picking it up, I'm going to leave a link down below. And of course, Carlos, once again, thank you for being on my channel.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm going to be leaving Carlos's information down below as well. So definitely make sure to subscribe to him. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Really appreciate it. That was our review of Zara Extreme 5.0. If you have tried this fragrance or any of the Zara fragrances from the Extreme collection, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And of course, that includes reviews just like this, but also top 10 lists, giveaways, unboxings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.